Since the discovery of the New World, Spain stood at the forefront of European politics. Under Charles I and Philip II, Spain was the cultural, military, and economic master. Its empire stretched from California to Cape Horn, a truly global dominion. Immense riches from the Americas flowed back to Madrid, fueling its power. Spain's Habsburg rulers, with their relatives in the Holy Roman Empire, dictated European affairs. Yet, this dominance came to an end as the Dutch, French, and English rose to replace them. The question is, why did this happen? And when was this decline complete? At what point did the conquerors of a continent lose the title of Europe's greatest power? While power peaked under Philip II, it was also during his reign that things turned sour. Known as the Catholic monarch, Philip was dedicated to protecting the church at all costs. First, he faced the Ottoman Empire to the south, culminating in the Battle of Lepanto. Victory was achieved in 1571, but the cost was astronomical for the Spanish treasury. The second challenge was the Protestant Reformation, leading to a long revolt in the Netherlands. This conflict eventually brought Spain into a direct, draining war with the English. These wars were incredibly expensive, especially after the failure of the Spanish Armada. The defeat of the Armada in 1588 essentially left the Spanish crown bankrupt. However, inheriting Portugal and its empire gave Spain a temporary, massive boost. Philip II died in 1598, leaving a massive but dead-ridden empire to his son, Philip III. In 1618, Spain was drawn into the 30 Years' War against the Protestant powers. Despite performing well on the battlefield, the financial strain was unbearable. Revolts broke out in Portugal and Catalonia, and by 1640, control over Portugal was lost. In 1648, Spain finally acknowledged Dutch independence, losing its richest European lands. By 1658, a decisive defeat by France established Louis XIV as the leading monarch of Europe. At this point, we can safely say Spain was no longer the foremost power in Europe. The death of the heirless Charles II in 1700 sparked the War of the Spanish Succession. Spain emerged with a new dynasty but lost all its remaining territories in Italy and Belgium. In the 1700s, Charles III attempted deep reforms to save the empire and open trade. But under Charles IV, Spain sided with Napoleon, only to be betrayed and invaded in 1808. The chaos of the Napoleonic Wars triggered revolutions across all of Spanish America. After 1815, Spain was sidelined, no longer a great power, but a nation looking inward.